I have ADHD and I have a problem, and that problem is that I will do almost anything the internet tells me to do in a desperate attempt to be able to gain a little bit of focus. I have just been inundated lately with a non-stop stream of bros and broettes in tank tops or not cold plunging. And you see them coming out and they're like, woo, wow! And it's got me thinking, like, I want to be like that. And then I found this study that says that it increases dopamine levels by like 250%. As a person with ADHD, that's like the gold mine, right? Like, my entire body and brain is just really bad at making dopamine, so if I can just put cold water, make dopamine happy time, then I don't need to, like, generate it myself. And it's not really cold.
We have ice.
I think it's gonna take a lot of ice. That has done nothing. I feel stupid. Let's go get some ice. Yeah. All right.
Hey, that's pretty good.
Said the effects only start when it's 50 degrees, 50 to 55.
Oh.
Okay, a couple minutes later, not close yet, 62. Hurt. That is dangerously close to the edges. 67. There's gotta be a better way, right? It's super simple, right? Like, so our water volume, how many gallons of water? So like 40 to 60 gallons. Okay, so let's just put 40 gallons. Ooh, oh. 52 pounds of ice. 52 pounds of ice is how much we need. Okay, so the calculator says that this thing is going to take 50 pounds of ice every single time I want to use this to get down to 50 degrees Fahrenheit. So that's a ton of ice, way too wasteful, right? Like, I'm going to be going to the store 2 or 3 times. I'm going to have to carry all the ice and then all the plastic bags and everything like that. It just doesn't make any sense. So what I could do is chop open the side of the bathtub and insulate it. I can't do that. What I could do is I could get one of those like aquarium chillers to put a hose into the side of the thing. What I need is a thing that's kind of insulated that I can put somewhere that keeps itself cold. But I'm not just gonna go buying a chest freezer without asking Lisa for it.
Hey! Look what I got!
Back here, you know? Like we could empty out this thing back here. Behold, a chest freezer. Here it is. Okay, here's my thought process with this, right? This is an insulated box that a human being can get inside of, as I proved earlier. Did I look like a bit of a serial killer at the store being like, can a human being fit inside of this chest freezer? Yes, but this is for science, okay? This is for science. Okay, so what I've got is JB Weld Marine. Hey Lisa, did you see the JB Weld? It's here somewhere. This thing. You like mix it together and then you put it around all the seams. And then I've also got silicone, which is basically for the tricky spots is what I'm going to do. And maybe some parts where I don't feel like I did a good job with the JB Weld, I'm just going to put this over the top. Listen, this is not a build video. This is not instructional. You shouldn't build one of these things. It's super dangerous. I just had a thought that I'm going to be putting myself in water with electricity. Da-da-da! Here it is. It looks the exact same as before, except for now the inside of it totally sealed. Listen, I'm glossing over like 30 hours of just mixing that stuff together and pushing it into the corners and then putting like infinite silicone on every single thing. I don't actually know if it's watertight. We're going to test that right now. The other thing that I noticed that's really cool about this is down here, it's got a dial that goes either freezer or fridge. And what that means is that like the biggest possible danger of this thing, besides electrocution, which I put a thing on top. Remember the most important rule: unplug first, then get in. Unplug first. Water and electricity. The other biggest danger with this thing is kind of nullified because it'll never get so cold that it'll freeze as long as it's on fridge mode, which makes this thing pretty perfect. Okay, now you might be saying to yourself, hey, Josh, how do you intend to keep this thing like the exact right temperature and not get too cold? And for that, I would say just like a whole, I'm getting there. That is what this thing is for, is an Inkbird Wi-Fi smart thermostat. Plop this end into the water and it'll tell you the temperature. And then when the temperature here is too hot, it'll turn on the refrigerator part of this and it'll start cooling the water down. And then when it's too cold, it'll turn it off. I don't want to change the water every single day, right? Like that seems super wasteful. And also I don't really want like a weird cold ecosystem living inside of a tub inside of my house. So that's where I got this thing that looks honestly like total nonsense. Okay, this thing is an ozone generator. What is ozone? It kind of feels like it's just like shooting oxygen, I guess. Here's how it works. Look at this. Wow, that's riveting. Look, whoa. Wow. So, woo. We're about to do our first test of whether or not this thing is actually waterproof. I just want to stress again, I have no idea what I'm doing with any of this. I have zero idea what I'm doing. I didn't get a degree in any. Oh God, I really hope it's watertight. Okay, in case it's not, I also bought one of these things off of Amazon. This has really gotten out of control. This is a little like water sensor. Here we go. First test. Right, gotta see this. Hose is in there. Whoa. Yes. Water's happening. Okay, looking good so far. Stop the... Unplug it. Oh my God. Yeah. It's fine. Just whatever. Oh God. So much water. That first test did not go so good. That did not go good. Yeah, I don't really know. One of the corners, or probably that drain hole, started leaking. I think I'm just going to take another pass on the whole thing. This is really... I really underestimated how hard it would be to turn a chest freezer into a swimming pool, basically. Maybe this thing needs like a... Get in there. Just be nice. Okay. I have applied an entire second layer all the way around all these things, especially including the part at the bottom. And then I got this pond liner here at Home Depot. And I've molded it as good as I can, but man, that's hard. So I'm thinking that between this, 2 layers of marine epoxy plus silicone on top, this sucker is going to be waterproof. Let's test it. I just cleared out this area and put down these boards here that I cut. Okay, cool. Going good, boss. Yeah, easy as that. This guy's plugged in. Air temperature's like, I don't know, 77 or 80 today. I didn't even check if this chest freezer even worked until just right now. This is my first time plugging it in. Yes! I think there's only one thing left to do. Let's fill this thing up with water again. Here we go. Okay, plug her in. Let's see what happens. Okay.
She's going.
I've never been more scared in my life. I don't see any water under there. Now all we gotta do is wait. Got a long way to go. Putting that into here. Temperature. Now we need the ozone thinger. Wow, look at that go.
What does this do?
Apparently purifies the water.
This definitely feels like a fish tank for you.
Pump to circulate. This thing's cooling. Got a lot of work to do. Ozone is purifying it. Good morning, gamers. Today is the day that we test this cold plunge theory. Today is the day that we figure out if cold plunges actually work for people with ADHD. Ran all night, totally fine. Am I just killing time going back and forth here because I don't really want to dunk myself in super cold water? Yes. Do I think this is going to work? Let's talk about this more so I don't have to get in the water. You know, there's so many things with ADHD that you watch online and you see works for other people, but because you have a different brain than everybody else, most of these things just don't actually work for you. And you get used to kind of being disappointed, I guess. You get used to just assuming that you're going to have to figure out every single thing on your own and that nothing is really going to work or adapt for you. You're going to have to find some weird way around it. And that's what I'm thinking is going to happen. But the science says otherwise. There's only one way to find out. 52 degrees. Cold. Oh my god. Oh. We still working? We're still working. Oh. Oh. Holy shit. Okay, the protocol said like 5 minutes. We're gonna try 4 the first time. Okay. Alright, 2 more minutes. I am starting to shiver a little bit in here. I'm definitely awake. I feel very awake. Okay, 4 minutes is up. Okay. Up we go. Oh. Did it work? Did it work? I'll say more or less right now, I feel kind of normal. Except for one very new feeling that I get very infrequently, which is oddly, I feel calm. And not tired. Usually calm for me means that I'm about to go to bed or whatever, and that's about the only time that I am that. But this new feeling that I'm getting where I feel even peaceful almost. And this is a weird feeling for me because with ADHD generally, at least for me, if I'm not generating an incredible amount of chaos in and around my entire life, I can't get myself to do anything. So this feeling of calm is generally for me something that I push away from. I'm afraid of because it means that I'm not going to get anything done. It means I'm being lazy. It means I'm being unproductive. It just means that I'm being uninteresting and not fun to be around. To be feeling this kind of new thing, but also not feeling it in a bad way is a new and interesting feeling. I think we need to test this more.
This is the weirdest thing we've ever done.
Come on now. That cannot be true. That cannot be true.
Yeah, you're cold plunging in our closet.
How am I gonna know if this is actually working? Actually working?
Are you happy?
This really never gets easier. Okay, alright. Okay, so this is the last of my week-long cold plunging, going twice a day thing. Did it work? I would say honestly yes. And I'm as surprised as you are about that. Maybe the bros and the broettes were kind of right about something for once, or maybe just all of them have ADHD. I guess that wouldn't surprise me at all. I've felt more productive this week than usual. I've also had more of that calm, productive feeling, not that chaos, energy, productive feeling that I usually get. So there is one really weird thing that I think is actually the best use for a cold plunge. It's kind of weird, but I was hanging out with a group of friends and I got a really strong RSD feeling, where just somebody's tone of voice slightly changed and it felt like the whole mood of the entire room and everything changed at once as soon as that, and I just got this feeling inside of me that like, oh God, everybody hates me. I don't know what to do. And I got so overwhelmed by those feelings. I went home after that because I was just not being fun to be around at that moment, to be honest. And I just kind of had that rejected feeling, and then I went in and cold plunged. And when I got back out, I felt infinitely better. And I can't explain why that works at all. I'm not a scientist. I don't know any of this stuff. That to me is really cool. It's really cool that I can just use cold water just to like get myself out of those like crazy funks that I get in sometimes. Yeah, after a week of testing of this, I think the moral of the story is that I'm for sure gonna keep doing this. Anyway, thank you so much for watching. We'll see you in the next one. Bye. I'm gonna get out of here. It's so cold. I think I figured out how to make this a little less awful. You, just drink coffee while you're in it. And it, for some reason, makes it less bad.